Okay, y'all. I'm here. Almost 100%. Almost 100%. Okay, so got a few y'all in here. I just want to get on and talk for a little bit. I'm hungry too. So yeah, definitely am getting back to 100%. So I'm not gonna be on long this time. I'm serious because my stomach is like calling for food, and yeah, that's how it is right now. Oh man, I've been, craving something now that I've been almost back to myself, you know. All right, what's up, y'all? Yeah, yeah. What's going on? Those things. So you got something to listen to at the gym. Okay, there you go. Get it in. Um, he just said, did you have that 19? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me talk about that for a little bit, man. Cause look, let me tell y'all, look, I've been look, if you and this ain't look for me, this is for the people that did it. Look, if you are sick, work is not that important. Let me tell you that right now. Do not don't bring your behind to work and put others at risk. Let me put it that way. Don't ever do that. I'm advising everybody in the chat to do that. Don't ever put anybody through that. Don't ever don't do that. I don't care what type of illness it is. Cause I'm a person that I don't like to I don't like to spread germs. I'm not like a germaphobe, but I don't like when somebody is near me that is sick or that just unsanitary. I don't like that. And I went. Let me tell you, look, I went 7 years without ever getting any type of illness. 7 good years without ever getting an illness, and somebody chooses to come to work. Not on my shift, but in that overlapping time, and exposes the office, not just me, but another person as well, to the 19. All right. So they exposed me and somebody else and many other people, but just me and the one guy for sure got it. All right. Yeah, I got it, but I pretty much felt 100% fine. But something told me, like, when he tested positive, the reason I'm feeling a little under the weather is because it might be that. Something told me to go get it tested. So, I tested myself, and, lo and behold, that's what it was. Cause I thought it was just a cold. I thought it was just a simple cold because I didn't feel anything else. I didn't feel any other type of way. Maybe I had a little fever here. I had a little fever because, I'm just getting a cold. That's it. But it's funny, it came around the same time that somebody was exposing people to this because they didn't want to stay there behind their home, right? They didn't want to stay there behind their home. This is what they wanted to do. So I wound up, having to deal with that. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy when people do stuff like that. That's why I say, look, if you infected, don't do that, man. Don't bring that kind of stuff on people like that. It's bad. It's bad enough. With trying to take care of yourself, anyways. But when somebody exposes you without your knowing, that just kind of hits you out of left field. So you be like, man, like what's people's problem? Like, is work that important that you want to come up in here and just put this on people? Oh, Lolita said, "Can you smell?" Yeah, I can do all of that. Yeah, I can still function, but I didn't want to just give it to people. I didn't want to go moving around and putting that on people like that. But yeah, other than that, I was fine. Just had the cold symptoms. I still feel good though. Because the first day I felt it, I still went for a run and had a pretty good run at that. Last Sunday, because I kind of felt it on a Sunday, last week. Man, I still went out and ran. I still went out, did the workout and everything. But Monday started feeling a little bit more. Tuesday started feeling a little bit, and Tuesday and Wednesday were like the days it was at its peak, but it wasn't really like knocking me out. Like I just knew something was wrong, man. And yeah, lo and behold, that's what that crap was, So don't do that, just don't do that to people, man. Don't. If you feel sick, just stay your behind at home, because that's what you need to do. All right, man. Yeah, BJ, but that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. You know, and you shouldn't do that, because different people react in different ways to it, right? People still react in different ways. Like they don't. Some people won't be able to handle it that well. Some people wind up in the ER. They die from it. So I'm just like, what's so important at work that you need to come here and expose everybody to this? Because like I said, I got lucky. It didn't hurt me like that. Some people, yeah, they can't breathe, they die, they go to the ER. I had actually just a kind of a chill week. What I mean? Not chill, because I still had to worry about that junk. But other than that, it's like nobody wants that. Nobody wants to deal with that. Yeah, appreciate that, Wild Tiger. Yeah, should be 100% pretty soon here in the next day or so. But yeah, 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 BJ. It's like that, man. People just being, yeah, James. People coughing, not covering their mouths, or just coming to work and you sick, man. Don't do that crap. It really, that's that stuff that hurts me. Yeah. But anyways, what else? Yeah, we had some action. We had some action this weekend. Good fights. Good fights. And I had to get back on here and talk about Chelsea Chandler a little bit here, because we need this type of energy. And I'm over here messing with Straya, because you'll be a comment and talking about we can't get too happy. Oh, because you picked Deanna Bennett, not Deanna Bennett, but what's her name? You picked Stoyarenko. I was just pulling up your interview again, BJ, because you picked Stoyarenko. You know what I mean? Like, look, I like what Chelsea Chandler's doing. It is the energy you're supposed to bring in your first fight. You're supposed to be the one that come in there and whoop the fighter with more experience than you. You make the statement and you make the big call out, right? And that's what she did to Stoyarenko. So, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the energy. Not you, BJ. Straya. I had to call him out because he over here talking about, oh, you can't get excited about her yet. I'm like, why not? Why not? She bringing the game. She bringing it. So hey, that's what it is, man. I'm just breaking it down because hey, this is the fight game. This is what she bring to the table. Like, I don't be out here overhyping fighters. You know that. I just want my credit whenever I pick something right. I know that. Because if I'd have picked wrong, lo and behold, I picked wrong. Ain't nobody gonna let me live that down, right? The minute I'm wrong on something, somebody gonna be quick to call me out on that. But I told you she was gonna win this fight. She beat a person with 19 fights, 19 fight experience. So you got to give her credit, right? Similar record to Tanisha Tennant, come in 4-1, Oh, it was a mismatch? Oh, okay. Now it's a mismatch because she fighting somebody 19 fights. Okay. No, that's experience, though. I know somebody did. But hey, like I said, I'm keeping that same energy, man, because what you want? Somebody that come in here and be boring? If somebody's boring, you complain. But somebody come in there and bring the energy, people complain. That's why it's like she talking the game and she walking the walk. All right, let's keep it moving. Right. Now she calling out Norma Dumont, Eileen Perez. That's what I want to see. Right. But really, I do hope with some push now and some evidence they have right there in front of their faces that they can say, you know what, let's lay it out now. Let's take a chance and let these girls be featherweights like they need to be. Let's go ahead and do it. Mojo says it's a win-win for 145, though. I think, yeah, no doubt, it is. It really is, because the bigger the girls, the bigger the bigger the girls, the more knockouts come. And I don't think anybody is really trying to deny seeing the knockout, right? You know what I mean? That's what that's what that's what I think. Yeah. Chan. We all know. Yeah, it was 140. It was 140. Chandler's a featherweight. Julia needs to be a featherweight. They not 135ers. Julia Stoyarenko ain't no 135er. She's passing out. Chandler, she ain't no 135er. Not the way these girls are built, and the way it's been stripping them down and taking away from their power. 145 is where they need to be. And that's where Chandler was at her last fight. 145. She fought at bantamweight, I think, like once in her early career, but for the most part, featherweight's what she's been doing. James Press said Xiaonan is the next champion at 145. Who she beating? Nunes? Do you mean if Nunes vacates the belt? Because that's probably, yeah, I can agree with that, but I don't know if you're talking about beating Nunes. I don't see that happening. Chandler she got KO power. Yeah, she got power now. She got power in both hands. She got power in both hands. And I think, it's just a game they need to stop playing just to be on the safe side for, the women in there that really are trying their best to, shed that weight to get to 135, because, stop putting them through that, stop putting them through that if they're having trouble making that weight, because they focus so much on shedding weight in camp, can't focus on technique, You can't focus on technique. Yeah, straight. She ain't making 135. She too big. She too big. She too big for 135. Nah, James. She ain't whooping no Nunes. I mean, if you 100%, I mean, if that's something you ever want to debate me on, boy, I got something for you. I'm just saying, I got something for you with that. I mean, are we really gonna say that? She can get the belt if it's vacated, no doubt. her and Norma Dumont fight for it? Of course. Of course. But you think she gonna beat Amanda Nunes for that belt? Mm-mm. No, sir. I mean, I see what you're doing. You staying consistent. You know, you are consistent here because you downplaying Nunes compared to Valentina. I see what you're doing, bro. I see what you're doing, man. You downplaying her compared to Nunes, which you know Nunes, Amanda Nunes, is not losing that belt to Macy Chiasson. I like Macy too, but she ain't gonna lose that belt to her, man. Right. Nunes at 145, we talking bricks. Bricks on top of bricks. Bricks on top of bricks. BJ, bricks on top of bricks. That's all I'm telling you. These girls got power too. But what does Nunes have over these girls? Anybody got a puncher's chance, no doubt. I like Chelsea. I like Macy. I really do. I really do. But Amanda's got so much more than power. And when she's at 145, she's just so much more durable, I think. She's so much more durable. I think when she cuts to 135, that's where she's a little bit more sensitive. You know, I think her chin's a little bit weaker. Her gas tank is a little bit more suspect because of the weight cut. You know, it cuts down on her stamina. But when she's 145, oh yeah, she can take big shots. She'll take cyborg shots, you know. She can go 5. She'll take chances because you know she's feeling stronger. You know, those bricks, man. So Nunez eats a lot. Yeah, you okay, yeah, you playing, okay. All right now. I'm just saying, you know, I'm up on my I'm stay up on you now. Gotta stay up on you on that. But you know, it's a good start with Chelsea. And the girls like her, Josiane Nunes. Y'all know Josiane Nunes is Josiane Nunes is fighting what's her name? Zara dos Santos. So there's still somewhat of a division, but yeah, I think Stoyarenko at this point, she could be cut, honestly, now, because this was it was a good test for her. Good test for Chelsea, you know, her only being 4-1 going into the fight, right? So she was able to build her experience off of that. So I'm not gonna knock her. She can take, you know, that fight was for her. But now Stoyarenko might need to go because yes, she's gonna get hurt by these other girls as well. You know, imagine what some of these other girls gonna do. So she could go. There's other girls they could sign. This could be the walking papers for Zara dos Santos. Because think about it, because Zara dos Santos hasn't even scored a win yet in the UFC. She's been signed for about 2 years, and she's been inactive, I guess, because of an injury. But she ain't been around either, right? You know, so Josiane Nunes could go in there and obliterate her, and then they say that's it for her. So yeah, we got a few girls in there, but a few of them need to be pushed out, and then you need to bring in some, you know, some new ones. You know, some new ones for the division. Maybe even a few of those girls over at PFL that just need to shed some weight down and go from lightweight to featherweight. You know, there's always those names too. Yeah, Chen said she been MIA and taking L's. Yeah, she really has. I was looking at her resume the other day we were on, and I said, "Oh man, like since she been signed, she lost to Megan and Felicia, and then she was just gone for a while. She was gonna move down to 135 at one point, and then that didn't work. So they got her coming back at featherweight against Xiaonan Nunes. Um, so there's that. There's also Ramona Pascal. You know, I know she's riding 2 L's right now. So they're all kind of in that hot seat too. They're all kind of in that hot seat. So even with her, you could put her in there with Chelsea. She'll be on 3-fight losing streak. So we still need some quality, y'all. You know, I know it looks like you can go ahead and build a division right off top, but there's definitely other women they can pick that aren't signed yet too. So, you know, you just have to kind of open your eyes to it and look. I mean, Invicta's always, you know, putting on featherweight fights. So Ramona's got a fight coming up too. Hold on, let me see. Let's see, Ramona gonna be taking on. Yeah, cause she riding two. Okay, she fighting another newcomer named Tamirius Vidal, Brazilian, 6-1. And right now they got this fight labeled as a bantamweight fight. Which I don't know if that's gonna turn out right. I don't think so. Yeah, Ramona down to 135. Has she made 135? That's on the Rodriguez Lemos card. Has she ever made 135 before? Can't remember. But yeah, they got her lined up to fight another newcomer. I see. Okay. Eileen Perez is another name she called out, right? Eileen Perez was another name she called out. Chelsea said, you know, that girl that twerked. And yeah, that could be that one there could be a mismatch right there, because I don't know if Eileen packs that type of offense that's gonna put a dent in Chelsea or get that respect. You know, Eileen, when I seen some of her Samurai House fights, I was like, okay, you know, she got some dog in her. You know, she's got some ground and pound about her, but something about her when she was on the ground, she just looked a little uncomfortable and, you know, a little panicky when she let Edgar get that hold on her. And, you know, I think her jiu-jitsu is very is very fluid when she gets into motion. You know, I just seen some of her training as well in some of her early fights. Okay, so Eileen Perez is lost to this girl that Ramona's about to fight. They fought before for Samurai House last year. All right, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Zara was supposed to fight Eileen Perez, but that got canceled. So now she's gonna fight Xiaonan Nunes. Yeah, imagine a lot of these girls though. You were saying BJ, a lot of these girls got power, but imagine how they really would match up with Nunes. You know, just skill for skill. Like, you know, a lot of these girls just don't have anything outside of that. Like, a lot of them are on 2 or 3 fight losing streaks, but aside from Dumont and Chason, really, there really is no legit comp for the actual champion. You know, if they just wanted to mix it up and build a division and kind of let them build themselves up, that's possible. But, you know, as far as fighting Amanda, I don't know. Because I know she looked, you know, normal looked good in that Danielle Wolf fight, but look, Still, that's Danielle Wolf. That ain't Nunes. Okay. James said, "Can Lemos make bantamweight?" Yeah, she's fought at bantamweight before, early in her career. Yeah, she fought in how long ago? Yeah, Leslie Smith. She fought Leslie Smith a while back. Sink said Lemos got thick thighs and she's strawweight, like she can't make bantamweight. But she can make bantam. Yeah. She did. She used to. Yeah, man, but I really would like the featherweight division just to be an option again because I want to see knockouts. I love knockouts. Especially when you got fighters in there, that want to bring this type of power, man. Like, when Megan was there, these heavier girls like Felicia Spencer that was coming in there to bowled over girls, Chris Cyborg. I like that type of stuff. I don't understand why, the casual fan doesn't care for that. I do. BJ said, let's talk about how Dumas looked against Felicia, a better opponent than Wolf. Yeah, she looked good in that fight. Yeah, she did. And yeah, she looked good in there against Lash. She did. She looked pretty good, yeah. Yeah, she looked decent. But you know that lioness. That lioness is a different story, right? All right. Mackenzie Dern. I kind of feel bad for Mackenzie Dern right now, in a way. Not really, but in a way, just slightly. I kind of feel bad for Mackenzie just because, she was kind of, taking it to heart, and she was trying to apologize to the fans, saying anybody that she may feel sad about the loss, she wants to apologize to. But my thing, that's the last person you want to. Those are the last ones you want to apologize to. I mean, because when it comes down to it, it was her. The performance is gonna backfire on her. Anything she does wrong in there, it's gonna hurt her. Because the fans, they're gonna go home at the end of the night. They'll be good. They'll move on to the next fighter. They'll move on to see what Andrade's doing next. They'll move on and follow Xiaonan. So for me, I know Mackenzie Dern is just that type of emotional fighter, but I don't think there's any reason for her to apologize to us, especially the ones that, just want to dog her out for sure because they lost a bet. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people betting on her now. And now that she came up short, they just want to put her down. So she feels some way about that, but it's on her. It's all on her when it all comes down to it. So she's got to make sure she's ready for this this strawweight division for sure from here. And the one thing that I think everybody agrees on with Mackenzie is her lack of wrestling. Her lack of wrestling is always going to come back and bite her hard in the backside. Always. Because she just does not seem to grasp that concept that is going to be the wrestling and the ability to control your opponent in close, holding and taking them down. That's what's going to get you closer to the submissions you want, right? Straya said, what fans come Zuckerberg and his wife. I told you, yeah, I knew it wasn't no BS. Straya. Dana White, he was Dana White talking about BS. Yeah, there wasn't no BS, man. You know what I mean? James said was Zuckerberg the only one there? No, there was other people there, like part of his crew, right? There was just other people there. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, he rented it out for his crew. He rented it out for his people, him and some of his friends, James. But Dana tried to lie and say, "Oh, that's BS." Man, come on. They rented that place out. But yeah, Mackenzie Dern, her lack of urgency to really grasp wrestling is an issue. It really is. Like, I'm looking at another person out of, Uriah Faber, um, his camp, Macy Barber. I'm looking at her and I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing good changes. I'm seeing improvements there. I'm seeing her actually start to work more inside, be more tight in the clinch, be strong with it, putting uh that size to use, put that strength to use. I'm seeing that in Macy. Again, like I said, that's coming from somebody out of the same camp with Xiaonan. So they're doing something right over there. But Macy, she's doing right by taking the advice and trying her best to change her style up. Mackenzie, I just think she's going the opposite way. Like, for some reason, she thinks what she does on the pads is translated into a fight for real. She's been acting like what she's doing on the pads is really translating into a fight. And, me coming from that background, like, I'll tell you right now, the hitting the pads is one thing, but if you can't hit a moving target, you're gonna be up creep. You know what I mean? You're gonna be up creep if you can't hit a moving target. And that's her problem too, I think. I mean, she can crowd her opponent, get in a shot every now and then, but she's still not very fluid with the jab. Like, even her timing. Like, this should have been a fight where she should have been using her timing. She should have been timing the faster fighter and putting them straight punches right down the line. But Mackenzie was doing a lot of rushing in again. Like, she's so impatient. She gets so excited and want to rush in. And you can't do that. You can't do that on this level. So that's going to be her downfall, literally down the rankings. Literally down the rankings. She's going to fall down the rankings because everybody she run into is going to know this blueprint. Simple blueprint, too. She lucky this wasn't somebody like Joanna that, would have really went to put her in the meat grinder. Joanna she's lucky. Joanna would have carved her up into a duck, you know what I mean? Like a turkey, whatever you want to call it. Like, Joanna would have literally carved her up because her clinch game wasn't no trouble. And overall, when she was on the ground, her jiu-jitsu wasn't really that spectacular. And I want to take it back. I'm not taking anything I said back yesterday, but I just want to go back to take it back to the fight. I looked at rounds 2 and 5 again. Y'all can argue with me. I didn't see no 10-8 rounds. I didn't I didn't see any 10-8 rounds, man. I'm sorry. I went back and looked. I said, I can't do it. I can't say the second round was not a 10-8 round. Because Jan still had some decent moments in that second round. Had a top position, had a knee on Mackenzie Dern's neck, had good top control for a while. It wasn't until Mackenzie Dern started to turn it up a little bit more and get almost got I think the triangle, but even then, she didn't know how to lock it in. She didn't know how to lock it in. There was like really good defensive craft from Xiaonan down there. So I got shout out to her team. They really like helped her put her thing together. And then the fifth round was like a little over 2 minutes of her on the back, but it wasn't really anything to say, oh wow, she got dominated. She pummeled Yan. She was always one step ahead. Her offense was winning her the round, but it wasn't completely draining Yan and keeping Yan, what's the word I'm looking for? Not just neutralized, but just completely like helpless, where she couldn't do anything, where she was just eating shots and getting beat down and like fighting off a choke for 2.5 minutes. Like, it wasn't like when Andrea Lee had Antonina Shevchenko in that triangle. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Andrea Lee had Antonina Shevchenko, had her neck locked in that triangle for like the majority of the round. You could call that a 10-8 round because she was choked up. She was literally in a compromised position where she was choked up, controlled, and just owned. But this round here, Yan was doing her, still able to hold her own. She was still hold her own. She was still able to turtle shell a little bit, hide. And why you think she was able to burst out and score some shots at the end of the round? She bursted out of there, scored some shots out of the end of the round too. So that wasn't no 10-8 round. Neither one of them were to me. I had to go back and look for sure, make sure my eyes didn't deceive me. I couldn't give Dern no 10-8 rounds. I couldn't even give her one now. I'm just saying that's what I saw. Robot Chicken, what's going on, man? What's going on? Mojo said, you're right. It's not like Dern sucks. She just has work to do. Get over that thinking that BJJ alone is going to win her fights. Yeah, that's her issue. Like, she don't suck at all. No. Hitting pads is one thing. Fist hitting you back, it's another. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anything she was doing in camp this last fight was really made to translate over into a fight against a mover and a shaker like Xiaonan. I really don't think they had the right game plan. I really don't. Dern is still in her 20s. She hasn't hit her ceiling, not taking crazy damage yet. She can improve. She can. When you look at the two right now, you just don't see it. You just don't see it like throughout the progression of her fights. She's open to doing it now. Yeah, she's definitely open to do it, but I haven't seen anything come close to it because it's like she actually regressed. She actually kind of went backwards. Yeah, she actually went a little bit backwards to me. She went backwards from the Marina fight. Seemed like she had some okay moments. I mean, no, she got her behind whooped in that fight, 4 rounds to 1. The Tisha fight, she kind of had some decent moments, I thought, but she still lost that fight, in my opinion. But for something about this fight, technically, she didn't look as confident. She didn't look as confident to me. She just didn't look as confident in this one. Like, she seemed more confident in the Marina fight, but this one she didn't look too confident. Chances she looked the same in the Torres fight. I think she looked a little worse. It just seems a little something off, like something ain't translating in there. BJ said Dern versus Robertson at 115. Who would win that? Dern versus Robertson at 115. Mm. You know, they both have trouble getting takedowns. They both do the pull down thing. They both do the pull down a lot, but Jillian seems a little bit more comfortable on the ground. Jillian looks a little bit more comfortable to me when she's on the ground, I think. Not really a fight I want to see right now. Maybe if Jillian actually did get a couple wins at 115, I'd like to see it matched up. BJ, maybe. Can Dern make 115 without losing too much strength or stamina? Oof, she was losing it. She was kind of losing the steam in like the third round. You know, the combination of her getting belted by that left hook. You know, she was eating big shots. You know, she was eating big shots from Xiaonan. Let me think. Is 125 in her future? No. I don't know. I don't think so. Not right now. Let me see. Dern, Jillian, no thank you. That fight will be boring. Yeah, I don't want to see that fight right now. Stray said Dern is just too nice a person for MMA, has no mean streak or dog in her. I don't know. Like, I don't think she's too nice for MMA because it translates. Like, she tries. I think it's just a fact that it's not that she's too nice. I think she's not learning other things. Like, she's not letting other things stick. You know, she is not letting anything else stick. Because I think she has a nice girl attitude, but when she fights, she is a dog, though. Because she will, submit. She will try to knock you out. I think she does have a mean streak. I think it's her IQ. She got an IQ problem in a discipline problem, learning new discipline. Lack of wrestling going on in there. Boxing Combat Films, what's going on? He said Shevchenko. He said, what's good? Oh, what's good, bro? What's going on, man? He said Shields versus Marshall. Who you got? I still got Marshall for now. No. I got Shields. Excuse me. I got Shields for right now. Well, I got Shields. I had Shields for the longest time, and it ain't changed yet. Boxing Combat. Yeah, Louis just said he has Shields. Yep. And she's got Marshall. Okay. I will do a fight companion for that fight too. Combat film. So, we're going to have to make sure you're around that day when we watch that fight. Wonder Boy said Wonder Boy is too nice for MMA. Wonder Boy was in Cobra Kai. Yeah, he was in Cobra Kai with Teron Willie and all of them, right? Mojo, you say he had a brain fart. What's wrong? Boxing Comment said he got marshaled by KO. We'll see. I mean, the girl's got power. She's got the record to back it up. I mean, she's knocked out 10 out of 12 opponents. If anybody's scoring the knockout, it's her. But we just, all right, time for me to bounce. Okay, all right. Yeah, shout out to the Deanna Bennett, too. That was a good interview, man. A lot of people underestimate Marshall boxing skills. Oh, no. It's not one to underestimate. Like, I have my pick, which is Shields. But believe me, this is going to be her hardest fight. It's going to be her hardest fight, for sure. Like, look at her body. Look at her frame. And look at the power in both hands. Nobody has She's fought nobody on her resume like that. Savannah Marshall's a dangerous opponent. A lot of people don't want to believe it, but she is. I just believe that Clarissa has the strength, the punch resistant, and the skills, the gas tank for 10 rounds because she's been there before. She has the ability to, put combinations together, use her IQ. She's been there before. But it's not going to be easy. It will not be easy. I'm just happy they're fighting, though. I'm just happy the fight is happening, period, because it's something necessary for boxing, period. Colton, what's up? He said the press conferences are so entertaining. Yeah, they keep it entertaining too, man. Like I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the fact that they both. I enjoy the fact that they both want to fight each other too. I got respect for both of them. All right, so that's where I'm at with Dern, though. I think Dern still needs to work on her wrestling. And, I think she still is a tough fighter. She's a tough girl. But elite, Xiaonan, elite, not yet. She working. I like she working, but off of the performance of both of these fighters, no knock to what they did to each other. That was a good fight. I still think Rose or Andrade wins against either. That's just me. I think Jan has more of a chance against Rose, of course, but a chance. But Andrade, oh my goodness, like Andrade, Mackenzie Dern. I know she was, just being a realist, and she just wanted to take her time and say who she was gonna fight. I respect that, but man, Mackenzie Dern fighting Andrade, the way she leads with her head, man, shoot. Robot Chick said combo with the Midas. Midas touch with those WMMA picks. Yeah, those two I had. That one I had to, I was like, let me be a realist on Jan here. I just can't run with Dern because of what she does every now and then. Brian said, is Marina elite? Is she elite? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give her that. She's one of the top ones here. She's got a good resume. She's got a good resume, Hold on. Let me look at her resume really closely here because she deserves a title shot, yes, but is she elite though? Let me see. Okay, so Marina. All right, Marina's beat Xiaonan very closely. She's beat Tisha Torres. She's beat Ebos. She's beat Dern. She had a close fight with Carla. She lost. A draw with Randa and Cynthia Calvillo. She's number 3. Yeah, I'd say she's elite. I'd say she's one of the elites in there. I'll say she's one of the elites in there, Brian. Especially with the work she's been putting in, I'm gonna give her elite. She's got one of the best resumes at 115 right now. Marie, I'd say Maria's elite. She's number 3. Yeah, she's in the top 3. So, because Rose, people were giving Rose elite when she just beat Michelle Waterson. and I was considering her reinvented at the time and ready. And I said, she's got elite skills. I said she was going to beat Joanna and knock her out. And she did it. I'm going to give Marina elite, because they really been making her work. They really have been making her work. If you look at her resume, she really has been working for that elite to me. Shinsei, I personally consider 5. Yeah, that's kind of how I used to measure it. Because I would say back in the day, Ioana was elite. Then Claudia Gadelia was like her number 1, number 2 contender. She was elite. And then Andrade was. Then Carolina used to be at the top before she started getting beat. They were like the elites. So, I consider Marina, one of the elites in the straw weights, because to get there, she did beat a lot of the mid chunk. Right? She beat that mid chunk of fighters like Ebos, Dern, and Waterson, and on paper, Jan. Yeah, I think Jan been. She could have. Yeah, I'm still like, yeah, she won that fight, but convincingly, Let's see. It should make her elite as well. Well, let me think. Sometimes that math just don't add up though, because it was a close fight, and then you had Carla destroy Jan, but Marina lose a close fight to Carla. Is she elite? I don't know. I don't know now. I don't know. Because I'm looking at consistency too now. I'm looking at consistency. You got to consider somebody elite when they're beating many styles here. Like Jan may have the perfect style for Marina, but not for Carla. You get me, Brian? Like, I think for me to be elite, you have to have your bases covered. Like, Marina came up short, in my opinion, but it wasn't that far off. Even look at what Carla did. You know what I mean? Like, even in the Carla fight with Marina, Marina still held on. Because if that was the case, would Tisha be elite if she got a close win over Rose? Would that make her elite? And then she goes off to lose to Joanna and Andrade. Like, let's say if she did get that fight, would she become elite then? Like, let's use those two as an example. Like, let's say Tisha did get that victory in the second fight with Rose by a small margin. Would that make her elite? Right. That's my point. That's my point, Shin. Like, even that one loss, it would stop her. Well, not that one loss, but there was the Whaley, the Andrade, and so on, right? James said you need to stop with it. She won, but convincingly. I mean, if you said it, it means it does. You really got an issue with facts, don't you? I'm gonna continue to say it, James. So just pipe down and keep quiet about it. I'm gonna continue to say convincingly. All right, just like you want me to say it, just like Nunes beat Valentina 2 times. Okay. You want me to say it, I'm gonna say it. And if you want to sidebar and bring it, shoot, I got fire, baby. I'm just saying. Because it's obviously it wasn't convincing to everybody. I'm putting that out there. I know what the fact is. I know what the fact is, James. So, just sit back, learn something about WMMA outside of Valentina. All right. Just sit back and understand what we talking about. It's grown folk talk. So the example I was using, say Tisha beats, let's say if she did get that victory over her, right? Let's say if she did, they just gave it to her, because that's what I'm talking about, whether it's convincingly or not. She wouldn't be considered elite. And I think that kind of goes with Yawn, because you see Yawn, she might have the perfect style for Marina, but you see how she gets handled by somebody like Carla, or how she got handled by some other grapplers, right? Yeah, saying Tori, yeah, Torres ain't elite. No. Mm-mm. So I can't say Yawn is elite off a win over Dern. And she beat Rodriguez, go back and beat Rodriguez convincingly, or she beat Rose. Yeah, she's elite. Takes more. Basically, my point is it takes more than one win, to it takes more than one win, and it takes a resume to be considered elite. Does that work for you, James? Since I don't care if it does. I'm just saying, is that convincing enough for you? Yeah, straight. So I don't think Yawn is elite. She beat Dern, but so what? Most of the ranked fighters beat Dern. Right. And that's kind of, what I'm getting at. Like, that's the one name on her resume. Brian said, Yawn just beat Dern, and after the Carla fight, we seen a new fighter. Yawn has a very good resume. The only blemish is the Carla fight. But were any of the people she beat considered like high level at the time to push her into elite realms? And yeah, she just beat her, but she hasn't put together a string of wins off of that either. Let me see. She beat Carolina. Carolina was already on the downside. Claudia was on the downside. Siri Kondo, Angela Hill, Kayla Karan. Yeah, I remember her. Vivian Pereira. So those first three names, Hill, Carolina, Claudia. But the minute, she stepped it up to fight Esparza, boom, right? That was the one. That was the one. So Marina, you would say the same for the people she's fought? Well, not really, because to me, Tisha is a better win. Tisha's a better win. Ebos is a better win. Waterson is 5-round fight. Dern's Her first win over Dern, legit. And she's got a win over Xiaonan. On paper, it's hers. Sink said, is Chookagian elite? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think Chookagian is elite. I think she's part of the elite squad. Now, remember, there's Valentina level, and then there's elite level. Or flyweight level. There's flyweight level and Valentina level. I consider her elite. Yeah, Chookagian is definitely elite. I mean, number one contender, second most wins in the division. Legit wins over competition here. No one understands that this ain't gonna be an easy fight, right? So yeah, it's definitely a fight against an elite fighter. TJ said, let's not forget Claudia smoked Carla. Oh, really? I can't remember that. I remember Angela Hill getting robbed. Oh. And you can argue, Jessica, I lost to Chookagian. You can argue that. Oh, excuse me. Brian says it's not her fault. Marina lost to Carla in a draw to Cavillo. Iana's going to be ranked 5 now, and she's beating the number 3. So I'm calling her elite, especially after having made the improvements. You can call her elite. Ain't nobody denying that. Go ahead, call her elite, Brian. I mean, I don't, and I'm sticking by that because I think my reasoning is good. But hey, you got yours, I got mine, and yeah, I just think the resume of Marina stands a little bit better, and her abilities have proven it throughout her consistent string of wins. Because I still think, like I said before, this is because I'm using the measuring tool I've been using for years. Like, if you can go in there and handle different styles, and not saying you gotta look perfect in every single one, but if you can go in there and handle it, get the job done how you need to, however, so then that stands for something. That stands for elite to me. Singh said, do you think Chookagian is on the same level as a Tyler? Chookagian on the same level as a Tyler? Let me think. See, it's so weird with the rest of the flyweights. Styles make fights. Like Caitlin, I don't think she'll ever beat Valentina, honestly. But Tyler, she still has the chance. I think Tyler's on a higher level. I think Tyler's on a higher level than Chookagian, and that's that speaks highly to me. Because I think some of the other girls that she's going, well, she's got some common opponents, right? Let me see. JoJo is one of their common opponents, and you saw how she handled JoJo. But I think if she fought Lauren Murphy or Jennifer Maya herself, her ability to dish it out would be she would do more damage than Chookagian. Yeah, I had to put Santos over because she got a nice win streak. arguably beat the champion. I mean, 5 rounds where, she wasn't in the same type of danger as Valentina. So I might have to say Santos. Yeah, I might have to say Santos. Screw the ranking on that one. I'm gonna just say Santos. Oh, well, that was a good question though. Chookagian still number one and somehow finds a way to keep winning. So yeah, elite. I have to go with that. Manon hasn't won yet, so until then, she's still number one. Yeah, Chookagian is still elite though. But going off what you said about her, yeah, I definitely think so. Tyler's a beast because I personally think Tyler beats Chookagian. Now, Manon, I don't know. That's something we got to see. That's something we got to see. Mojo says Santos and Manon are the biggest threats to the title right now, in my opinion. I feel the same way. The French girl over Santos, in my opinion, Manon shows more diversity and skills. Okay, hey, look, I'm not arguing there. Anytime it comes between Tyler and Manon, I'm not going to argue there. I like both of them. Okay, so speaking of this, though, we got two. This is the last topic because I'm going to go after this. Okay, let's jump to this next one here. All right, so in the coming weeks, we got 2 potential fights that could lead to title eliminator. All right, we got 2 potential fights that are set up for title eliminators. All right, next week we got Vivian versus Grasso, Vivian Araujo versus Alexa Grasso. And then we got Caitlin Chookagian versus Manon. Oh yeah, Brian, I'm one step ahead of you. Chat be behind, but yeah, one step ahead of you. Yeah, October 15th, we got Araujo Grasso. 22nd, we got Chookagian versus Manon. All right. Now, both of these fights right here, they really are great fights. Great fights all around. This is the best, some of the best of the best in the flyweight division. And to me, Val should be, licking her chops right now because she's got the potential right here to have a great fight, or back to back, not just one, right? This could be a title eliminator, 2 title eliminators, just gotta wait in line, right? So with that, I'm just thinking, I asked the question yesterday, Valentina needs a legit competitor. With these 2 fights here, everybody's talking about Grasso Araujo, you got Chookagian, Manon. Question is, who is the perfect opponent? Who's going to be the perfect opponent? Not just who do you think, but who do you think they think will be the next in line for the belt? I'm thinking about it, man. I'm like, in one eye is setting up Araujo Grasso as a main event 5-round fight. So it already kind of makes you think what they have in mind for them. Right? October 15th, it's a main event for that fight night card. So I'm already thinking that they're trying to set this up is a title eliminator possible. It's got everybody looking, eyes on them, new blood all around. Grasso is on her win streak. Araujo, looked good in the Andrea Lee fight. She comes in here looking good, makes a big statement. That might be the one they want to go for, right? But then you got this fight here, man. Chookagian and Manon, which pretty much is a little bit more open and shut. Like, regardless of how you feel about Chookagian, she's lost before. But Caitlin Chookagian has done a lot of work. More so, you say more so than Araujo and Grasso, because she just steadily gone on her win streaks again. Only really lost convincingly to the champion and our Andrade. She's never really taking a break, taking her foot off the gas. Might not have a crowd pleasing style, but she's got a lot to stand on. And did I just say number one? Yeah, number one as well. And then, even if she didn't win, you have Manon, who is another different look. She's bringing a lot to the table. She's bringing her 4-fight win streak right now. She's bringing a new style. She's bringing style, size, dominance. A lot of good things to the table here. I'm looking at her resume. Yeah, she's since being in the UFC, she's 4-0, right? So that's something that we have to look at. And I've been looking at it. I've been thinking about it because these fights are back to back, and I know how they think. The UFC thinks. Like, before I give my opinion on who I think they'll pick, me personally, I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious that the winner of Chookagian and Manon should be the one to get that title shot, right? That's me. That's what I think personally. I think Caitlin or Manon. Hang on. Caitlin or Manon gets that title shot. And, it's a good reason. Again, Chookagian is the number one contender. Manon's going to be fighting the number one contender. So if you fight that person, you're supposed to go up from there, right? It only makes sense. So for Manon, it makes sense. For Chookagian, it makes sense because she's still doing her best to hold on to the number one spot. So people might disagree with me. Whoever wins the fight, to me, should still get it. I mean, even if Manon lost, Chookagian should get it. You know why? Because Chookagian's gone on the longer win streak here. This will be number 5 for Chookagian. Chookagian's on a 4-fight win streak. Manon is on her 4-fight in the UFC win streak. So both of these fighters have actually been racking up wins. They've actually been fighting up and up and up and winning and winning and winning. So with the hard work they've both been putting in, they both have really earned a title shot. Chookagian earned her second one. Because if you go back to the resume, this is actually the longest streak Chookagian's gone on, because even when she fought Valentina, she had lost to Jessica Eye once. Before that, she beat Barella, Davis. Then she lost to Eye. Then she beat JoJo and Jennifer Maya. Then got the shot, right? After that, beat Antonina, lost to Andrade. But from there, she beat Calvillo, Araujo, Maya again, and Ibas. So if she can beat a potential threat like Manon, add that to the list, that's deserving of it, right? Even if she doesn't stop her, because that's not her style, she's earned it, right? Caitlin's earned it. And then definitely looking the other way, if Manon wins, Manon Fiorot definitely gets it because she'll be on her 5-win streak, and she's that next in line, man. She's that next in line that wants it and has been vocal about it. The only thing she questioned was if she couldn't maybe stop Chookagian convincingly, but I'm sure that if it didn't play out that way and she 30-27, she would still go for the title because they would offer it to her. I think it's the last fight on her contract or whatever. But that's something that is in the cards for her at this point. She's fighting her way up. She's fought it step by step. Beat, let's see, after the Ricci fight, she beat Hubwena Silva, Jennifer Maia, those tough fighters like that. And then she can go in here, test herself, and put it all on the line against Chookagian, and you beat the number one contender. That means, hey, you just beat the person, like I'm always saying, that gatekeeper, right? You beating that one person that's blocking your way to the title, right? So I think it's just logic all around in this one. Both have more legit win streaks than Araujo and Grasso, right? Because let's pull up their resumes next. Because I'm gonna say why they don't. I'm gonna say why the winner doesn't get that fight here in a minute. It's a good fight now. This is a good fight between these two. Straya said, why wouldn't they book Manon versus Tyler for the next shot if Manon wins? Why wouldn't they? They might not, because Tyler's still been out. I know she's been training, but she hasn't really, been vocal about coming back yet, from what I've heard, but I don't see why they wouldn't. It's not a bad fight, right? I personally would rather see fight Lauren Murphy, but I think that would kind of be just a holdup right there, because you've already got Chookagian taking on. You already got Manon taking on Chookagian, right? And she knows if she beats her and does it convincingly, there's really no need to fight Tyler for her, because she's taking the other path to get to the championship, right? See, there's a couple paths to get there. As long as you fighting some gatekeepers and you fighting some hard fights, some good fights to get there, it's fine to me. I don't really think it's like a necessary fight. They order that next because going off of the rankings, Chookagian is number one. So if she beats number one, that's who gets the title shot, right? Or Chookagian wins, she's 5-0. Well, not 5-0, but she's on 5-fight win streak and she gets it, right? But going back to Viviane Araujo, right now, Araujo just won a fight against Andrea Lee. That was a good fight. Before that, she lost to Chookagian, who again is number one. Before that, she beat Roxy in Montana. And those are her last 4 fights. Now, looking at her last 4 fights, Araujo has shown some beautiful, beautiful work in there. Good jab, awkward style, speed, power, strength, a lot of good natural abilities, but sometimes she can get a little gassed in the later part of the fight. Araujo has been known for that, where she just kind of lose it, kind of fade in these fights. You fade against Chookagian, you lucky it's Chookagian, because if it's Valentina or somebody, she's getting finished, right? So with that right there being said, I have to see what changes she's making in a Grasso fight that we know can position into a championship fight moving forward, you know. And to me right now, I don't think Grasso really gets you fully prepared for the champion. You know, let me look at the rankings here because Grasso is hold on. Grasso's 5, Araujo is 6. So where Grasso stands, even Araujo, yeah, they may be a level above Manon, level or two above, but with Araujo only winning one fight in a row so far against Andrea Lee, she still has some other work to do against some of the gatekeepers there, right? You know, there's a Lauren, Tyler, Caitlin, Andrade ahead of her, right? You could just beat Grasso, but who is really Grasso beat? See, Manon already beat Jennifer Maya. If she jumps up and beats somebody 6 spaces, that's 5 in a row. Still more legit and well earned than Viviane Araujo, even though Viviane Araujo is a rank over her, right? So Araujo beating Grasso, I don't think that would work. I don't think that would work yet to just jump in for a championship fight. Let's see. Now Grasso. Oh, you said Tyler's been calling for the rematch with Valentina. She's training for it apparently. Well, if she is training and she getting in that lineup, yeah, she gonna have to fight one of these fighters because one of these winners out of these 4 they're gonna pick, you know. And like Valentina said, she gonna have to get at least one fight before, you know, she step in there with her. So yeah, it's gotta be one of them. It might be. I won't say it's gotta be, but it might be. So for Grasso's part, Grasso, it looks nice and polished on her. You know, she's all right now. Okay, 125. She's 3. Flyweight, she's 3-0. Jin Kim, Macy Barber, JoJo. All right. Now she's coming in with a fight against Viviane Araujo. To me, this is really the first step up for Grasso, like at flyweight, like one of the most dangerous fights for her. You know, Barber was kind of dangerous because, you know, Grasso always has that knockout power. But let's be honest, like Grasso, I picked her to win that fight because I knew her capabilities, her skill sets above Barber. Shouldn't be no issues. Same with Jin Kim, no doubt. Those are winnable fights for her. JoJo, love JoJo, but that was a fight that she should have gone in there and win, which she did. So Grasso still hasn't been in there with those fights where we consider to be like questionable, right? Like, I don't know if she can win that. Like the last 3 pretty much were given. But Araujo, this one, it's a fight where we like, ooh, this is a big one. This is going to be the real test for her. Robot Chicken said, is Aaron Blanchfield elite? No. Araujo is tough, strong, and gritty. All of that stuff. All of that Grasso needs to prove herself. So beating that fighter first time around, I can't say that's enough to legit secure a title shot. You know, she's 5, and she's beating a fighter under her, actually. So she'll be fighting. You know, Grasso's actually fighting down, just so y'all know. Don't forget, you know, Grasso's 5, Araujo's 6, so she's actually fighting down. You know, so that's another thing just to kind of consider. She'll be beating a fighter that's below her, and it's the first fighter that's probably her toughest on her resume. I don't know if that would be enough to go and say, okay, I can legit fight Valentina. Now it'd be 4 in a row. It would be 4 in a row like Manon, but you know, the Manon, I think her 4 in a row and Chookagian's 4-0 stands higher. But again, after they fight, somebody will be 5 in a row. Manon or Chookagian is going to be 5-0 by the time they win. So again, just looking at the work being put in, and you want to base it completely off of that, it should be the winner of Chookagian Manon. That's what it is to me. And that's where I stand with that. Araujo, Grasso, I mean, in the meantime, they can get in line, maybe fight one more time. Whoever wins that fight a Tyler, fight a Lauren. Me personally, straight up, that might be the one they make, I think the winner of Araujo, Grasso might be fighting Tyler Santos. Because, the winner of Caitlin Manon has gone 5 wins in a row. Remember that. Whoever wins Caitlin Manon has gone 5 wins in a row, which would take them to title shot realm. But Araujo beat Grasso. That's only 2 wins in a row for her. And she's number 6. So she'll probably be taking on Tyler possibly. Or Lauren, either one of them. Or Tyler, if they really, really want to give her that rematch. So Grasso, Araujo winner, might be fighting Tyler next. That actually might be the one that makes sense. Or Andrade, yeah, any of them names, because they're still in need of like another tough customer to me. That's what it is for me. But with the resumes that Caitlin have and Manon, I think at this point, the winner of the fight pretty much speaks for itself. You'll say, wow, this person's won 5 in a row. They earned the title shot. Clear as that. Because what I say for Chookagian, that'll be Calvillo, Ebos, Jennifer Maya, Araujo, and Manon in a row if she beats her. That's legit. And for Manon to beat the number 1, that's legit for her. So that's what I think, though. I personally think that. Who do y'all think gets it, though? I still like the matchup of Tyler and Lauren Murphy, though. I just want to see that fight. I just want to see it, and I want to see Tyler get some confidence, win, get some confidence in a win, and make it happen. Because she got a number by her, so just get her out the way, just so she can legit say, I'm back. Let me get my rematch. Straight as I don't see Grasso or Araujo beating Andrade right now. I'm actually hoping Andrade stays at 115. Which all the more reason makes sense. They don't even deserve a title shot, right? If you don't see them beating Andrade right now, that just makes even more sense then. That the winner doesn't get a Valentina fight. Because that's even higher, right? As for what is her name? Yeah, Andrade. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Andrade. Yeah, I hope she does stay at 115 personally. Yeah, but let's say if she was at 125, like, see, and that's crazy because I actually believe, personally, Manon has what it takes to beat Andrade. But yeah, like Andrade versus Araujo Grasso, not so much. Not as much. James said, I think Santos should take care of Murphy, but Murphy should put up a fight. That's why it should happen. That's why it should happen, because anything can happen. Got to see her go in there and destroy again. DJ Pat Stone, he said, I'm sorry, but who is Valentina fighting? Well, that's what we're just talking about. Like, nothing's signed yet, but it's pretty much going to be one of these 4 fighters is what I'm talking about. Pat. And I think we can say it's going to be next year, because Nobody's gonna be ready to fight Valentina. They're just fighting in a couple weeks. They ain't gonna be ready. I like how Valentina was playing matchmaker though. She was like, "Oh, Valentina said, why don't Lauren Murphy and Tyler Santos fight?" That was funny, like, because I was thinking the same thing, and she was like, why don't Lauren Murphy and Tyler fight? If Tyler wins, then yeah, we can fight again. Yeah, Cole, Manon Andrade would have been, oh man, that would have been crazy. Estrella said, agreed. Grasso Araujo aren't ready for title shot. It has to be Manon next, in my opinion, but who knows what the UFC will do. That's the second part. Before I go, let me mention that. Now, who the UFC picks is going to be a totally different thing, I think. Don't be surprised if the UFC picks the Grasso Araujo winner. Don't be surprised now. Because their logic is we put a little bit more stock in Grasso. Araujo might be a little bit more exciting. Her style might clash well with Valentina. So it's like, you never know what Dana's doing. He just signed a 17-year-old, but he didn't sign Teresa Blader. So let's step into his mind for a little bit. Okay. He would do something like that. It makes sense that Chookagian Manon winner gets it, right? But he could do something like that. He's thinking, oh, they put on a good 5-round fight. Oh, Grasso won, she earned the title shot. Araujo won, she earned the title shot. That might be his logic. So what I'm thinking, okay, it might make sense. But that was the second part I just want to say. The UFC, they might do a totally different thing and just give it to the winner on October 15th. So yeah. Yeah, I'm done now. I was gonna be on an hour and an hour, but yes, an hour and a half. I got to go now. But appreciate the conversation we had today. Yeah, almost 100%. I'll be back 100% here in a minute. Almost there. But yeah, that was really all I wanted to cover though. Brian said Dana betting on 50 gassing out. And that's really gonna make Grasso look good. And if she looks good off of that, oh man, Dana gonna give Grasso a title shot. Now, what Dana does is what he does. So I'm saying Dana gives it to her. I don't think she deserves it. No. Sink said, I don't know. She really has a close fight with Ebos, beat Maya, lost to Andrade, whom she considers absolute best. Yeah, right on time. Okay, House of Dragons. Okay, yeah, I'm about to watch Walking Dead, actually. That's what I'm about to do. No House of Dragons for me is Walking Dead. 2 episodes are coming out tonight. Walking Dead is back. This is the last part of the last final season of Walking Dead, so I got to be on it. All right, so let me shut this down, y'all. Yeah, but let me know what y'all think in the comment section, though. Who do you think will be the next title challenger for the Bullet? On that note, he's gonna sell the car to Elon Musk. maybe Mayweather might buy one. But hit that like button, y'all, and subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate everybody in the chat, like always. Good conversation. And yeah, let me get this thing started because it is coming on here in a minute. And maybe we'll talk tomorrow. Always something to talk about, right? So yeah, guys, I'm out. Comma Breaker 99. Subscribe. Peace.